Beloved Technicals Tinkers here, checking in on the 3D operations for today, Sunday, October 6th. If you're unfamiliar, I'm a small business owner that has a business has nothing to do with 3D printing, but I have a warehouse already with extra space, and I've been interested in 3D printers. I like the idea of machines that make money because they don't take sick days, and so I've been doing this thing at home, trying to sort of nail down where the niche is and kind of an exploratory sort of thing. So I have 4 Cobra 2 Maxes, a P1P, and an A1. Can't leave out the Ender 3 there because that's how it all started. So what am I working on today? Part 2 of 2 of the big D20 cube. And now the first one came out amazing if you saw yesterday's video, but this one I've got some concerns about because the infill, maybe a 1/4% infill, was a little light because none of these are really sticking together. The bridgings seem okay except for a couple areas. Overall, there's no layer shifts or anything, and I've not been running this machine because it's on the same table, and I'm real concerned about just the slightest amount of vibration. They've never really interacted with each other, but concerned about this, but we're gonna see how it turns out. Also, I'm in the final stages of prototyping with my little fan shroud thing. We'll take another look at that in closer detail, but doing this one over here on Cobra 1. And it's coming out, it's going pretty good. Just over here on the P1P, we've got a gear I'm doing in voxel PLA. It's my first attempt with voxel PLA. Supposedly really good PLA. I picked it up, I had a coupon, so I went ahead and picked up a roll. And so I'm doing a gear here. That gear is for this. This is the Pastamatic spool winder. So here's some footage I had during the print, or at the end of the print. I just went ahead and downloaded the project file because they creatively got all these little pieces on one build plate for the P1P. But one of the extruder gears kind of messed up, so I'm reprinting it in that voxel PLA. But this is a spool winder. I'm printing the spool winder mainly because I use this Elegoo Rapid PLA Plus or other whatever filaments, but I want to put it in my bamboo on the AMS. And most people run it and they say it runs just fine, but I have had some issues with these cardboard spools sort of messing up or wobbling around inside the AMS. And so for like long-term prints, like days long, I just kind of want to maybe mitigate that risk a little bit. And so I was like, let's try it out. Went ahead and downloaded this spool winder so I can transfer this filament onto one of the bamboo spools. And over here we've got a double stack of angels coming out. I'm doing it on the A1. Because it kept kind of messing up a little bit on the P1P, and actually I noticed ultimately it's like where her like foot contacts the plate. The other one kept separating, and I think it was just a little micro distance between the plate and the model that wasn't tall enough for supports really, and so it was not really contacting well, and it kept getting pulled off. So I adjusted that, put it on the A1, loaded the correct filaments, and kind of tooled with the color settings a little bit. So that's going really well. I think we got a little while left to go though. So yeah, so about 18.5 hours left. But I'm doing 2 just to conserve filament, and it looks like it's gonna be, I don't know if you would stay still. It looks like it's gonna come out pretty good. And insofar as the thing I'm most excited about, an actual functional print, something that people actually want to buy. I've been working on this the past few days. It's a little shroud adapter that fits one of these fans in it, so it moves the air around and through. This is a graphics card. It's a specialized graphics card for mining because most of the time they have the fans on the outside, but since this is like special made, it's usually designed to go inside of a case, and that case has fans, but some people run them open air and want to just strap a fan to the side. And some of the problems that I was kind of having here is that see, I got this one on eBay just to like look at it and model mine after it. And so I kind of measured it out and did the same thing. But there was this gap here where this white part is. And so the new model that I'm printing now has this spacer that I made integrated into the whole piece. And I'll just sell it for this particular card. And if you want one for like a K80, which doesn't have this gap, I'll just sell one without that spacer attached. Another thing I'm doing too is there's nowhere to actually bolt this fan onto the card. And so, if you can kind of imagine just having this pressure fit in there, the fan's gonna like have these sort of micro vibrations, and over time, there's like a chance it could wiggle itself out and then fall out. And I don't want that to happen. So what I did was when I joined this together, I just made a hole here, about a 4.5 millimeter hole, and that way the hole in this fan, the bolt can go through, and it will go through right about there. And that will keep it all affixed because the shroud is bolted into the card down there. Now that means, of course, that you would have to get this specific fan, or any other 33 millimeter fan that has this bolt setting or this bolt hole in this exact spot. But that's why when I sell it, I'm going to be like, okay, this is made for this fan. Or if you have another 33 millimeter fan, you don't have to use the bolt, but just know, because when I've seen other people do it, I was talking to a guy who's done this. He just ran electrical tape around his, and that works, but I'd rather have a mechanical fastener than tape or something like that. Hopefully I can add that product to the Etsy here, maybe as early as today. I want to actually, maybe not today, I want to get the new prototype, connect it to the card, connect it to a computer, make sure it works and actually brings the temperatures down before I put it up there, because I need to make sure it actually works. So probably do that today, maybe add some of the other bullets and things like that to the Etsy. I have another Etsy I've started up for the sexy models or whatever. Can kind of keep that separate from the more functional or boring type of art prints that I have. Appreciate all the comments and all the new subscribers coming in, all the haters as well. I understand a lot of people don't like kind of the way I'm doing things, and I mean, it's just that's the name of the game, honestly. I think people just maybe like to be angry or like to shout platitudes and shake their fist at things that they think are wrong, but I'm gonna keep doing things the way I do them because that's what works. That's what's proven to work in the past. So if you get off on saying well, you'll never succeed, then more power to you. I hope that makes you feel better, to be honest. Anyway, either way, love to know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to press like and subscribe for more content like this. I'm The Technicals. See you next time.